Hey, I'm H.Licop, and I'm here to interview Mr. Wallman and Mr. Mitchell here at O'Neill Collegiate. What do you like most about art?
It's among the greatest things that man has ever produced, and when you're in the presence of a great work of art, I mean, and you girls have heard me say this before, I literally, I literally get goosebumps, yeah. I mean, sometimes it takes your breath away, and art can be so thought-provoking, it can move you, it can remind you that you're all part of the human family. Like, it has so many, I think, essential components to it that make us, who we are, like, make humans human.
And I like the idea of not just, that whole romantic idea of the tortured artist, expressing his or her tortured soul, but just the idea of being able to use your imagination was always important to me. I always loved creative writing in English class too, for example.
But if I could just add to what Mr. Mitchell said, Mr. Mitchell is making the point, of course, how art is important to the person who makes art. Like, art making is important.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever come into a creative block? What did you do to overcome it?
Do you know how I overcome artistic blocks? I walk away from it, and like, there's no point, trying to slug away at something that's not coming. So what I do is I go away from it, and I think about it for a while, and I just kind of keep it, on the back burner of my head, if you will. And I could be, driving the car or walking down the road, or in the shower or wherever, and or lying in bed at night and thinking about the art piece that I want to make, whether it's a mural I want to design and paint or whatever. And I always find that in time, the solutions to the various studio problems sort of come to you.
Well, I've had the experience of working on deadlines and things like that. So very often you don't have the luxury of having a block and allowing it to stop you. You've got to do something. And that's what I try to tell kids at times when they go, I don't know what to do, said, just do anything. Do whatever's going to come into your head. Just start doing something. Pick something. I had a friend that used to, teaching English, would pull a dictionary out just at random, point to a word. And you just have to write. You have to, the point is very often in the doing, and in doing it, something will start to be generated. I mean, you might throw out the first bunch of stuff that you've done, the first things you've done on the paper, on a page, or anything else. But I can tell you one thing, if you just sit there and look at it, you're never going to get anything done.
What do you enjoy most about teaching the age group?
The really neat thing about art students is that they are, well, you guys remember I used to always say you're on planet art. I mean, yes. They're very unique, and they tend to be among the kindest, most tolerant people in the school. They're the nicest, genuinely the nicest kids, and the creativity is like off the scale. And as a result, like, every day when you're teaching and you're working with the kids, every day is different, because every kid is different, and every kid has their own unique artistic vision, and you've got to obviously try and help them give voice to that artistic vision, but it's different every day.
I also got to say that I do work elsewhere in the system too. I do elementary as well, and I really do enjoy being right at the other end of the scale, kind of with the primary students. They're kind of refreshing sometimes. It's a lot of work. It's very tiring. You're always busy, but they're usually kind of sweet. Yeah.